Hello, and welcome to another Yip-Yap session. I'm your host, Amethyst, and I must warn, not really feeling the yips and the yaps today, but I will try my best. Simple, that's going to be the goal. Quick, that's going to be the goal. Galaxies, that has been a question in the Discord. Yes, the Discord link in the description, yada yada yada, like, follow, subscribe, bell, notification thingy, whatever I'm supposed to say. Let us begin. This is an 11 by 14 poster board. Let's just get some color down. We might actually, this gray is on its last legs, but maybe we'll do something a bit more monochrome. Just want to get some colors down. I'm not really thinking too much about anything, but yeah, fuck it. We'll just stick with the monochrome. So let's cover this all with black, and we're just a simple galaxy, right? Simple galaxy with some newspaper. We'll add a couple of layers, probably. Just like so. Let's see if we can get away without wasting secret sauce. But, magazine. Shout out to Uline. They always drop these off. I don't know how to unsubscribe, but thank God for it anyway. You can twist it, you can fold it, you can crinkle it, any way you desire. And all that explaining, I'm definitely going to need secret sauce. Clear coat, that's what secret sauce is. It's a little fucked up, but you get the idea. Swipe and lift. That's it. Is that easy? Swipe and lift. You don't need to use a ton of pressure. Gentle with her. Gentle. Caress. Caress the painting. You don't need to do too much. No. Now, I like to do layers on this. You can leave it just like this and add a bunch of stars and it might look good. Sure, why not? But I'm going to take some gray. And I'm going to maybe kind of shape out some of this newspaper action that we just did. Right? And I'm holding my can kind of far away because I don't want it to come out like super ultra solid like that. Kind of just want a little something over there. And we can also darken it up with some black. Same thing. Maybe we go ahead and just do a streak right there. Maybe we just want it dark right there. You know, I kind of like the idea of maybe separating this. Yeah. Use a little bit more secret sauce. Right. Something like this. Right, and we can see that first layer still, so that's really nice. But hey, we can even do a little thing of white, right? So maybe you want, I kind of like the idea, if we're gonna, I don't know what we're gonna do with the bottom, but maybe if we have mountains or something like that, I like the idea of, whoops, we need more secret sauce. Maybe the mountain peaks like kind of flowing into this galaxy a bit. It's an idea, that's for sure. Don't know if it'll work out, but we'll see. Anyway, we have a bunch of layers. All good and great. White on the fingertips, flick to the side, flick on to painting, as we always do. Right, maybe we want some more stars right here in the galaxy. All cool. You can even use, right, and I like kind of coming at things at an angle sometimes. You just gotta experiment and see what you like best. But I think that looks pretty good. Do we do something a bit more sci-fi-y? Or do we do something a bit more nature-y? That's just a question, $1 million question. How about we do both? Yep. We had that idea of mountains, so let's do it. Let's see if we can do a magazine mountain real quick. Magazine, gonna fold it, make it a little more comfortable for myself. Just drag it on along. Maybe. Let's try, yeah. We could just say that's like way off in the back. So here's what we'll do. We'll add a little black down here. Maybe this is where we'll throw that kind of like sci-fi type thing in. Palette knife, angled palette knife. My baby. just going to use one of these sides. Thinking we can get away with the bigger side. Just going to scrape in a city of some sorts. Right, and I like to go for like pointy sort of things. Just looks alien. Really easy to do as well. Just scraping it on in. Hey, we don't need to do too much. That's fine. So how about we do this? Let's take some trash as soon as I can get it. Give me a sec, give me a sec, give me a sec. Let's take some trash. We're gonna cover this up. Wow, this is a really bad piece of trash, but it's fine. I don't wanna use a straight edge because I don't want it to be perfectly straight. So let's fill that in with some black, and then we're gonna brighten up the top with gray. I'm gonna tear that wonky piece off so we have something a bit better to work with. But yeah, I kind of like maybe a bit of a curve. So let's go with some gray. And kind of fade that in there. And then let's go with the lighter gray. And hope the cap doesn't fuck us up. Just like so. Don't need to do anything too crazy. All right. We can make straight lines. I've kind of liked the idea of doing like a curved lines. And I like to start, so we start from the same point up here, right? And then we just kind of spread it out, right? And then we'll curve this as well. So for the lines side to side, basically the further back that they are, the more up that we are, the closer together they are. And then they slowly get further and further apart, like so. And you know what? Why don't we just go over that again to clean it up with just a touch of white. And I'm just spraying the tool. This isn't too hard. This is it's not the most beginner thing in the world, but it's pretty easy. So let's do that burst of nature. We'll cut out, we won't do any trees or anything like that just because it's really dark up here. But we could still do a bunch of plants and stuff like that. So let's take some of that. We'll just do white. Just want a mist of white so we can actually see all these plants. I've done this a couple times. I like it. But here we go. Let's make some rocks. We're gonna do kind of like a sci-fi waterfall sort of thing with these lines, right? And I'm just transferring this paint. So exactly how we made those mountains, the magazine, just kind of smearing it across. I just put some black on there, so it's transferring some black. You know, let's just darken up the bottom like that. And here's what we can do. All of these lines can drop off just like a waterfall. Just that's fun. I don't even know how we kind of came up with it, but it's fun, and we can even add a little. Ooh, that was really bad. It's fine. It's fine. That's just a really wonky line, but it's fine. So let's do another little mist here. We'll say that the plants are in front of this little sci-fi waterfall. So we're gonna need some sponge, some synthetic sponge, right? Anything will really do, right? But we're gonna coat this up with some black. And for plant life like this, we just gotta tap wildly. We don't really think about it. You can tap it any sort of way. So you can kind of tap up to get more pointy type plants. And get a little bit more black on here. Right, we can kind of hold it side to side. We could do anything that we want. Good enough. And you can even swipe it and smear it, maybe if you want like a tropical thing like that. Alright, you know what? I fuck with it. Let's add a few more highlights though, because it's really dark down there. So using the same sponge, I'm just going to put some gray on here, because we don't really have that much. The whole key here is when you're adding highlights, leave black space. Okay, don't overdo it, just kind of tap in a few spots here and there. White, I feel like white would be a bit strong here, so we went with this light gray. Easy. And we can even add a little mist. Maybe just a mist of this dark gray. I lied. I want a little bit of white. Okay. So we have a like kind of a sci-fi thing going on. How about we add, well, first let's see if we do. So this is just a lid that came on one of the spray cans. So let's do a little eclipse somewhere. I kind of like the idea of maybe having one right there. So I'm just gonna spray some black down. I'm gonna hope my gloves don't stick to this when I try to, there we go. And now we just gotta spray some sort of lighter color around it. So we could use the gray. We could also use multiple. But we're just gonna spray around it with some gray. And then we're definitely gonna use some white. Let's see what white is our best chance here. I think this one is. Something like that. Just spraying the outside of the stencil. There we go, I have a little eclipse up there. Why not? And while we're at it, let's take some more scrap poster with a flat side. I'm just gonna rip myself off a piece. Flat side. I'm gonna go ahead and fold it. Right, we don't wanna crease the entire thing. Right, we don't wanna like pinch it down all the way, but we want a shape like that. We're gonna flip it over. Maybe, maybe we want quite a few. Why not? All right, you know what? I think this is a nice little painting. Nice little painting. One thing I think we can add real quick though is maybe a little dome right here. Just using some trash again, and I'm just spraying the trash. That's what's happening here when we're redirecting that paint, when we're trying to make these little fine details. It's no special cap, we're just using the trash. So there we go. Now let's seal it up with some secret sauce. Sign the name. Easy. Easy. Easy painting, filled with lots of stuff. Doesn't look really empty, I don't think. Maybe the sky. Could have maybe used planets. Unfortunately, hate to say it. But if you have any questions, don't bother commenting them. I'm not going to check them. Probably not going to answer them. If you have questions though, or you want to show off your stuff, look for feedback of any skill level as well. There's a Discord linked in the description below. That would be the place to do that. So, toodaloo.